Hi and welcome back to the series of video training videos we've been looking at. So today we're going to talk about something that is in your folder in addition to scripts, tasks and lists, and there are some eXp tools and resources. So we're going to go into this and look at what the new resources and stuff are. It's basically telling you about my email address, my calendar, if you want to schedule a meeting with me, and if you just want to know where I am on my calendar, or if one of the things I like my assistant to keep me on track, help me, and I will share my regular work schedule day-to-day basis also, and we'll have that, you can look at it. So but if you need to log into my email address, my calendar, you need to schedule a meeting with me or add a meeting for me for a buyer or a seller, that you can go on this link on Calendly and add it. It will come up in my, and then if you want to go in my Google Drive, there is a folder I have shared with you which is specific to you, but there is a lot other resources in Google Drive which you may not be using, but in case I need something and I have to ask you, here are the logins, and there's some notes here so you know. Then there are some, more importantly, eXp Enterprise. I'm a agent with the brokerage named eXp, and this is one of the main links on top. Then this is a login, this is the password, and once you're logged in, I would definitely like you to be familiar with these things. And not everything, don't focus on everything, just focus on the marketing. The eXp World is a software you download, and this is like a cloud-based software which you should have, and you are able to go, and if I have anything you need to do, you can do that, or you could go into mine account basically. But if it's something you should know. You may not be using it every day, just so you know. So you may actually definitely may do a guest management or if needed, but again, it's not a priority. It's just for you to know all these things. Something that you will be doing for me would be, a lot of it would be in marketing, and also seeing what trainings, there might be some trainings I may ask you to do, on my behalf, and this is the link for that. So let's go into look at a little bit on eXp Enterprise. So this is what eXp Enterprise looks like. You have eXp Explore, World, Marketing Center, which we just talked about, and the Enterprise. So once we click on Enterprise, you are on this page. So from here you can go into marketing right from here. Actually, wrong click. So once you are in eXp Marketing Center, you can go coming to Enterprise, and you can click here. It will take you to marketing. The other way is you can come here when you're on eXp Cloud. How do you get to eXp Cloud is the place where you do the education and the eXp University, which is, so this is eXp marketing. This is all branded stuff, logo, signs. If we need something, you may be the one who's going to be ordering, as you know more about what I do and how I do it. You're looking for Education Center. Once I click on Education Center, it will bring me to expcloud.com/calendar. Here is a list of trainings. Here's a list of state meetings. I may ask you to add some trainings, if something, to yourself down the road, so you know a little bit more about the business. Right now, I don't know what your level is and where you at. If you're starting out fresh or you've been doing something in real estate. So, but this is more generic, lot of stuff, lot of good information that we can plug into during part of learning. Now, there is a second way you can go into different videos. You want to look at where the transaction is. You want to go into marketing here, in business tools. You can go in marketing, all the marketing website. You can still go into Marketing Center by clicking here, and it will take us to the eXp Marketing Center, which is right here. If we go here and again we click here, this will also take us to the same Marketing Center. If you notice, there are multiple ways to go to the same place. Once you come in, if you're logged into Enterprise, it will not ask you to log into all these extra additional sites. If you're not, then you'll need to put in my eXp Cloud eXp logins, which are out here. If they're not here, let me add it here for you. Looks like it's not here. It is here. Right here is my login to eXp Enterprise, and this is what you'll need once you come in on this site. It will ask you to log in with this is the login and password, and I know it is correct. So these are some of the resources that you might be using on day-to-day basis. I would like you to go in there and play with some of the stuff and get yourself familiar with the basic information that you may need to do. Okay, and this is some of the stuff on marketing. Something I want you to do would be to go into these videos, personalized videos, and these are generic videos, and we, as in you, can personalize them, these videos, and customize them to my signature and my name. So something you would do to credit and to change and adjust these things, for the video. Okay, that's basically as far as eXp resources is concerned. Now in this video I also want to talk about the checklist. You must have seen there's something in your task list over here. There is a checklist. There's a buyer checklist and a seller checklist. Let's talk first about the listing checklist, which is also the seller checklist. So every time if I have a new listing, if you haven't been and opened this checklist up, starting from the top, we put in the address. Then if I'm not the listing agent, whoever is on the team, that person's name comes here, seller name comes on this line, seller phone number, seller's email, listing date. This is all information you will get from us, from the agent. Then all these, this column means right here, this needs to be done by day number 1, by day number 2, day number 3, day number 2, 3, 3, 5, 7, and so on and so forth. This does not mean we need to wait for 3 days to do this task. If it says 3 here, it means by the third day from the day you receive the listing agreement, you need to open this checklist up. What we'll do every time we have a new listing or a buyer transaction, we will come in this folder. Now this video is important because it will help you do these things. You would go into ops, you will go into 2019 sales, you're going to click on residential. If it's commercial, you're going to click commercial. You're going to come create new folder. The new folder would be named based on the address, like 123 Main Street and whatever the number is. So once you create that, you will basically get a folder like this. Once you have a folder like this, once we schedule photography for the pictures, we will put the pictures right here in here. We will create a folder and we'll save the pictures in 2 folders. One is for MLS, one is for printing. MLS is when we put the pictures on the MLS, which you've already seen the videos. This is the folder, and these are the pictures that go on the multiple listing service, also known as MLS in short. And the difference in the pictures is the printing ones are high resolution. They're better quality for printing on flyers and postcards. So when we are creating flyers, or you are creating flyers, you may want to do for the flyers, the one in print, which we are on right now. And if you go on the MLS one, they're slightly lesser resolution, smaller files, and this is what we use. So as you can notice, we have a folder for every transaction. Then any documentation that comes with it, anything that comes, the listing agreement, any other documentation, you will keep loading it in this folder. This would be part of maintaining the file, which we do paperless. So this is as far as initial and starting and finishing work. So you'll go back on the checklist and you will look at all these tasks that need to be done: scheduled, property profile. Where do you order property profile? For example, the title rep, which is the list of vendors, you will find that information. So doing all these things, and once the escrow opens, once the property is sold, we will put the date here. And after this thing is sold, then these are tasks that need to be done on the day the property is sold: day 2, day 3, and up to day 7. And we're going to follow these tasks. So this is an example of a listing checklist which we create. We make a copy of this and then we move it to the folder of the listing. Same way, we're going to have a listing. Same way, we're going to have a checklist for a buyer checklist. Same thing. In a buyer side, we don't have all these initial tasks like taking pictures, doing termite inspection, doing home inspection, and no, I mean all those different inspections. It's easier. Once we have a contract, it opens escrow. We just want to put in what's the address here. So, what's the current address if we know where they live today? What is the new home they're buying? What is the name of the buyer? Who's the buyer agent? I mean, not who's the buyer agent, who's the listing agent on the contract. That means who's seller's agent. Date of acceptance, COE, is close of escrow. Escrow means the day this property is supposed to be sold, how much price we sold it for, and the contact information of the owners. So again, these are things from day one, day two, and day three that need to be done, and then rest is pretty uh, simple and easy. So close out in this I think needs to be this one needs to be little updating. I will take care of that if needs. Most of the other stuff is pretty accurate. So this is what we do when we have a buyer checklist. And again, we'll go back in our Google Drive. This is why you need access to the whole Google Drive backend. So there are tasks that you can do. You will go in again on the sales 2019. We're gonna go on residential, and we're gonna add the sale. As you notice, this A means these are listings, either they're active, they are closed, or they have expired. So if it is active, it's a new listing, we will put A, and we'll start creating the folder. Okay, so that's basically in this video. So far we've talked about eXp and its resources. We've talked about the checklist and what do you do with the checklist, all the tasks that you need to do, and then how do you save it, where do you save it, and what folders you need to save it. Okay, the for both buyers and sellers. So this is basically what the whole checklist is about, and your most stuff in your folder for the eXp resources. All right, thank you for listening and watching.